there! What if I told you there's a secret key, a single, tiny word that can unlock a whole universe of complex English words? Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, today we're going to find it and give your vocabulary a serious superpower. Let's get into it. Okay, so first up, a little mystery for you. Take a look at these three words: contradict, verdict, malediction. At first glance, they're all over the place, aren't they? I mean, one's about arguing, another's a legal thing, and the last one, yeah, that's a curse. But believe it or not, they have something in common: a secret connection. Any ideas what it could be? Yeah, think of it like a word puzzle, and we're going to crack it together step by step. The clue isn't on the surface, in what the words mean. Nope, it's buried deeper, like a piece of secret code hidden inside each one. It's this one shared piece that ties them all together. And that little piece of code, well, that's what brings us to the big reveal. It's something called a root word. This is the secret key we've been hunting for. And here it is. The root we're looking for is D-I-C, dict. It's from the Latin word dicere, which just means to say or to speak. That's it, just 4 letters. But trust me, these 4 letters are about to totally change how you look at the English language. And that's really the whole point. This isn't just some trivia fact. Once you know that dict means to speak, you've basically got a decoder ring for dozens and dozens of English words, even the ones that used to seem really intimidating. Okay, but knowing the root is just step 1, right? The real magic happens when we see it in action. So let's take our new key for a spin and see what happens when we start adding little pieces called prefixes to it. First up, let's look at the word predict. You can see it breaks down really nicely into 2 parts: pre and dict. Now, pre is one you probably already know. It just means before, right? Like a preview for a movie or when you preheat the oven. Simple. So let's put the 2 pieces together. You've got pre, which means before, and dict, which means to say. So to predict is literally to say something before it happens. See how that works? It's so logical. All right, that was a good warm-up. Now let's try one of our original mystery words: contradict. And just like before, you can see the 2 parts pretty clearly: contra and dict. So what's contra? Well, it means against. You've probably seen it in other words like contrast or on the contrary. So you combine contra, against, with dict, to speak. And what do you get? To speak against. That's exactly what it means to contradict someone. The definition is literally built right into the word. How cool is that? Okay, you're getting the hang of this. Let's try one that's a little trickier: abdicate. Now this one's a bit more complex, but look closely. You can still see our friend Dick hiding right there in the middle. So the first part, ab, is a prefix that means away from. Think about the word absent. You're away from school. So if ab means away from and dick means to speak, then to abdicate is to formally speak your power away from yourself. That's exactly what a king or queen does when they renounce the throne. The entire powerful meaning just comes from piecing together these ancient parts. I think that's awesome. Okay, now that you've got the basic idea down, let's look at something really fascinating. We're going to see how you can take the same root, stick different prefixes on it, and create words that are complete opposites. This is where language gets so elegant. So look at benediction. The prefix bene means good, so a benediction is a good saying. It's a blessing. Now look at the other side, malediction. That prefix mal means bad or evil, so a malediction is a bad saying, a curse. See that? Total opposites, a blessing and a curse, and they're both built on that exact same root word, dict. So just step back for a second and look at what we've done. In just a couple of minutes, you now have a real understanding of all these words. A verdict? It's a spoken truth. A dictionary? It's a book of sayings or words. To dictate something, you say it out loud for someone else. Once you see the pattern, you start seeing it everywhere. And really, this isn't just about the root dict. It's bigger than that. What you've really learned is a new method. It's like a vocabulary superpower that you can use every single day to figure out new words. So here's how you can be a word detective yourself. It's a simple 4-step process. First, you spot a word you don't know. Then, you search inside it for a root you might recognize. Third, you break the word down into its little pieces, like the prefix and the root. And finally, you build the meaning back up from those pieces. Spot, search, break, build. That's all it takes. Just one. That's the key takeaway here. Learning just one little root word can open the door to understanding dozens of other complex words. It's an incredible return on your investment. And this right here is the most important part. It's about changing how you learn. We're moving away from just trying to memorize endless lists of words. Instead, we're learning to understand the system behind the language. It's kind of like instead of memorizing every single move in chess, you learn the rules of how the pieces move. It's way more powerful. So today, we've totally cracked the code on dict, the root for speaking. But what if I told you the root port means to carry? Just think about it for a second. Import, export, transport, report. How many doors does that one little key unlock? The adventure, my friends, is really just getting started. Thanks for tuning in.